The barn frame is arriving in just a few days, hauled by a massive tractor and a 9-meter trailer, but the road isn't ready. And somehow I also promised Marianne to help her make a flower bed before the frame arrives. What could possibly go wrong? This week spiraled fast. The race is on. This video is sponsored by Squarespace, the web page builder that is so easy to use that anyone can make a professional looking web page. For those that are new here, my name is Eric. A few years ago, my wife Marianne and I took a leap and bought an old forgotten farm on the west coast of Norway. We are restoring it from the ground up, rebuilding the collapsed barn, raising animals, growing our own food and trying to carve out a life that's simpler, more grounded and closer to nature. It's not easy, especially with 2 kids, one with special needs, but we believe that it's worth it. The race is on. I just got a phone call. The timber frame for the barn is being delivered in just a few days. It's coming with a massive tractor and a 9-meter long trailer. That means that we got some serious work to do to make sure that they can even reach the barn. And of course, the timing couldn't be worse. I've promised Marianne to help her remove a bush from the garden so that she could plant a new flower bed. Ideally, this would wait, but she have already bought the flowers and they will die if we don't get them in the ground soon. So we need to move quickly. If you're a fan of rhododendrons, you may want to look away now. Well, the job just got bigger and I managed to destroy a perfectly good tow strap. No time to waste, we need a digger. Last time we used it, smoke came out of the gearbox, so before we can do anything else, we need to check the oil. There is a fill plug and an indicator line here, and based on the writing, we may have been using this upside down. The plug was so loose that I could unscrew it by hand. The gasket is toast, and it looks like the previous owner used Teflon tape. I cleaned it and resealed it with fresh tape. It turns out that the threads are completely stripped. No wonder it didn't have any oil. Getting the final connection on this setup is always a struggle, but I have figured out a trick. I use the boom to lift one side and tilt the frame so that it lines up with the tractor hitch. The original top link for this attachment could lock the 3-point hitch so that the hydraulics would carry the weight and stabilize everything. I don't have that, so the hitch is free to move, meaning the tractor can roll when the frame is lifted. Definitely something I need to fix. Thanks to this video sponsor Squarespace, we are finally going to get a new webpage up and running. In our last video, we showed you how to add a favicon to your page. This week, I'm going to show you the powerful analytic tool that tells you how your page is doing. So, your page is live and you are wondering if anybody is visiting your new page. Finding the answer is easy with Squarespace. Go to the analytic menu and then traffic. Here, you have full control over how many and when your page was visited. You can see how they found your page, and if you connect the page to Google, you can see the search keywords that were used to find your page, so that you can optimize for that. In the geographic tabs, you can see where the visitors are from and much more. So far, I'm using this page as a landing page for people that want to contact us, but I'm thinking about a merch store, and here I have all the data I need. The purchase funnel is really cool, as it shows you exactly what's going on with your store, so that you can see and fix problems with your sales. Head to squarespace.com for a free trial, and when you are ready to launch, go to squarespace.com/Norwegian Farmlife to save 10% of your first purchase of a web page or domain using our code Norwegian Farmlife. The hedge needs to go too. We're widening the parking area while we're at it, and surprise, the gearbox is leaking badly. Running it dry probably blew the seals. That was sketchy. The brakes on the tractor aren't great. Yet another thing on a long to-do list. Earlier this year, we dug a trench to drain out our marshy fields, but it didn't work. The pipe under the road is collapsed, so nothing drains. The slimy algae don't help the looks either, but fixing it will have to wait. Right now, we need to widen the road. This is way too narrow for a 9-meter trailer with a huge tractor. I started by building a stone wall, using this boulder as a base. Scratch that. I will use this boulder as a base. That's better. While I prep the site, Marianne is finishing the flower bed. These are all perennials, so they will come back year after year. I also need to wash and store the winter tiles, so that she can get to her last flower bed. The last set is going in the Hyundai. We sold it and are delivering it tomorrow. The sharp turn in the road also needs fixing. There is no way a big trailer makes it through as is. Everything is covered in dust. We haven't had rain in almost a month. But the new parking area turned out great. I bet I can turn the car around here now. I may have slightly dented Marianne's flower bed. Let's just hope she doesn't notice. I'm adding some gravel to the rest of the parking space. The new and wider area will make it easier for my daughter to get in and out of the car when we park here. The frame is finally here, now to see if the builder can actually get it all the way to the barn. We can finally draw a sigh of relief as it made it all the way. It may not have looked that dramatic, but there was almost a serious accident. The wall we made by the drain moved about half a meter, and that could have tipped the whole trailer. We will come back to that, but first I need to move the harvester. It's in the way. Unloading went fine, but getting the rig back out was tricky, as he didn't want to drive on an unstable wall again. At least, the rest of the road held up under the weight. Before the builder left, he gave us a list of things we need to do before construction can begin. Pull up the roots beside the barn, fix the loose rocks in the drain, move the fence and widen the 90-degree turn, fill in the 45-degree bend in front of the barn, repair the rocky tractor road behind the barn, widen the ramp up to the plateau to at least 3 meters, remove bumps and uneven ground in the valley. It may not make sense now, but it will as soon as we start working. Most of these are about getting access to the plateau behind the barn. The only crane the builder has is mounted on his timber wagon, so the only way it will reach is if he can back the wagon all the way up from the valley. Problem is, the valley is usually wet. If we want that big tractor in there without getting stuck, we'll need a drain. I don't want to bring the digger in here, as the digger makes the tractor so back heavy and the brakes are so bad I don't want to risk bringing the digger up this narrow rocky road. So, shovel it is. Unfortunately, the ground is full of rocks. Digging here is a nightmare. If I fix the road first, I could probably get the digger up here safely. There used to be a tractor road here, but it's in a bad shape and full of big loose rocks, so we need to fix it. I'm happy about the road itself, but it's barely wide enough for my tractor, and that is small compared to the builder tractor, so we need to make it wider. The problem is, the ground here is so soaked that when it rains there is a stream here, so we cannot just lay down road fabric and make it wider. First, we need to make a trench. It's going on the list. The rain is back. It was nice having sun, but it hasn't helped the grass. It's barely grown and the new patches are struggling. We should be close to our first harvest by now, but we are nowhere near. The damp air makes the mosquitoes go crazy. There is a huge rock in the way. I cannot lift this without a digger, and the current state of the road and the brakes on the tractor makes that too risky. So I will go around it. Then I hit bedrock. It's time to change directions and follow the road instead. I was planning to tie this drain into an older one from years ago, but that's not going to work. Time for a break from digging. Next up, stabilize the stone wall. The carpenter had to drive off the road to make the turn, and it nearly caused an accident. The wall shifted half a meter and the top stone is loose. It's not pretty, but it is stable. Now to move the fence and widen the corner. Hopefully the next time the tractor can stay on the road. My daughter has claimed the tractor for now, so I have to wait my turn. This should make getting in and out of the farm a lot easier, and that's another item of the list. We still got a lot to do before the actual building can begin, and if you want to follow our progress, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss what comes next. Thank you for watching, and we will be seeing you on our next video. Bye for now.